Houston Community College System, or HCC, is one of 10 biggest institutions of its kind in the United States. The college is based in Houston, the primary metropolis of Texas. Houston also ranks among the top 3 cities with the largest population of Vietnamese Americans in the United States. This is one of the main reasons for HCC to become a top study destination in the U.S. for Vietnamese Americans and Vietnamese citizens.
Một lớp như vậy trung bình là khoảng 2 đến 3 người Việt học. Thì là cái cộng đồng du học sinh hoặc là cái cộng đồng mà học sinh sinh viên đi học người Việt rất là đông. Thì là có cái điều lợi là nếu mà em có một cái trở ngại hoặc là một cái khó khăn gì đó thì em có thể hỏi, và một số người đi trước người ta sẽ chỉ dẫn lại cho em biết là phải nên làm thế nào. Ngoài ra thì những cái lúc mà rảnh rỗi thì tụi em vẫn giao lưu với nhau, thì những cái hoạt động đó rất là hữu ích.
Many times it's around, a family. The students may have family here. They may have acquaintances, or their family may know people. It's always good to have a support system. And the Vietnamese community would certainly welcome all Vietnamese students.
Houston is a major industrial center of the United States with main industries including energy, manufacturing, and aeronautics, along with an advanced healthcare sector. As a result, HCC is well known for providing strong courses in engineering, business, and healthcare. Those courses also attract most of Vietnamese students at the school. After completing a 2-year program at HCC, the Vietnamese students can immediately join the labor market or move on to a 4-year program in American universities.
Thì là cái chuyên ngành á, thì em đang định đi là về bên dầu khí. Tại vì Houston là anh biết là ở Houston này cái ngành dầu khí nó phát triển rất là mạnh. Cho nên là em dự định theo cái lớp engineer học về dầu khí để sau mà khi mà mình hoàn thành cái quá trình học của mình á, cái cơ hội mà mình tìm việc làm á rất là cao.
Thì nếu như mọi chuyện không có gì thay đổi thì em sẽ tiếp tục học graphic design ở tại HCC, rồi sau em transfer lên Houston University. Rồi sau đó thì em cố gắng để em vô được, để em vào làm việc được ở Walt Disney or DreamWorks.
We have to provide opportunity for all students to have the job skills they need in order to be successful. And then once they get that job, we have to help them get additional skills to advance and learn new skills in a 21st century environment. So just like Vietnam, Houston, it depends on the people having the skills they need to do the kind of work that they need to do to make Vietnam successful.
Apart from attracting Vietnamese students to study at the Houston campus, the school also implements partnership programs in Vietnam. The partnership is a prominent example of flourishing educational cooperation between Vietnam and the United States, contributing to the comprehensive relations between the two countries. Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam. Houston Community College in Texas is a top destination for Vietnamese students in the United States, and the school has even formed a partnership in Ho Chi Minh City to provide American standard education for students right in Vietnam. In our program today, we'll have a conversation with Mrs. Gigi Do, a Vietnamese American staff member of Houston Community College. So good morning, Mrs. Gigi Do. Thank you so much for joining us today. So what do you think are some reasons for Houston Community College to become a top destination which is very beneficial for Vietnamese students to study in the United States?
Yes. Well, Houston Community College has always been historically very effective in helping the Vietnamese American community here, starting with 1975. And I believe over the years, people just come to realize that HCC is not only effective in workforce training, but also academic training for students to have the first 2 solid years at a very affordable price in order to go on to a 4-year institution. Mm-hmm. What we find is that the international students who are now Vietnamese students, who are Vietnamese citizens coming here, one of the things that we found is that they came here because a relative lived in the city of Houston. That is the basis of their support. So we work with them on making sure that when they come in, not only they have that family support outside of coming here, but also to bring that support back into the system by giving them a good student services. There are a Vietnamese student association here that's established to really help these students to settle in and to be able to have a good relocation experience.
Okay. And could you share with us some information on the performance of Vietnamese students here at Houston Community College?
In general, I think most of the HCC has done a very good job on tracking these students. Most of the Vietnamese students that I know, and I like to categorize the ones who are Vietnamese Americans and then the Vietnamese nationals who come here. We do find, I'm going to give you an example of the students that we work with in Vietnam, because that's a really interesting program where when we provided the curriculum for the students in Vietnam to get their 2-year degrees, at the very beginning we think that will help them to go to a 4-year degree. Well, what we found out is over 99% of the first graduating class went straight into the workforce. Okay. They were all snatched up by the foreign companies in Vietnam. So with that, we decided, okay, then what we need to do is address what are the job needs, what are the job market there that we could target, and we found that were business administration, accounting, computer science, and networking. So a lot of those programs, we want to ramp that up in order for to meet the demands of the job market in Vietnam.
Saigon Institute of Technology, or Saigon Tech, is the official affiliate of Houston Community College in Ho Chi Minh City. The school was founded in 2001 when it joined a partnership with HCC to provide computer technology and business courses. The courses of the institute are certified with American standards and recognized by international companies. Numerous graduates from Saigon Tech have taken high-ranking positions at major domestic and foreign companies in Vietnam, such as FPT, Mercedes, and Unilever. Many others go on to study and work in foreign countries, such as Southeast Asian nations, Australia, and the United States.
Thời điểm đó Dũng rất là ấn tượng là tại lúc còn sinh viên mà thì Dũng chỉ giỏi những cái môn về kỹ thuật thôi. Thì trường bắt học những cái môn như là về tâm lý học nè, nói với công chúng nè, viết luận văn nè, rồi về management, quản lý, rồi học về kinh tế học. Thì thời điểm đó Dũng nghĩ những cái môn đó chỉ là môn bổ trợ thôi. Thì Dũng học cho qua. Nhưng mà sau khi đi làm á, thì Dũng thấy là ngoài cái việc mà học về kỹ thuật, technical á, thì những cái môn như public speaking, rồi psychology, economic, thì những cái môn đó chính là những cái môn mà tạo nên sự khác biệt giữa Dũng và những nhân viên khác.
Thực sự thì chúng tôi nghĩ rằng là cái việc mà tuyển dụng giáo viên của chúng tôi là một trong những cái việc mà cầu kỳ nhất của trường. Thì nếu mà các quý phụ huynh và các em học sinh mà có điều kiện tới thì sẽ thấy là giảng viên của nhà trường thì được tốt nghiệp từ các trường học rất là nổi tiếng, đa số là bên Anh Quốc, bên Hoa Kỳ, và họ nói tiếng Anh rất là lưu loát.
To ensure international quality infrastructure for its training, Saigon Tech inaugurated a $20 million building in 2009. The inauguration ceremony attracted the participation of Vietnamese leaders from the central and municipal authorities, then Ambassador of the United States to Vietnam Michael Mihalek, and representatives of HCC along with other partners. Speaking at the event, Mr. Mihalek praised the partnership between Saigon Tech and HCC as one of the most successful cooperation models of educational institutions from the two countries. So you have been running a partnership in Vietnam to provide American standard education. Could you give us some information on the establishment and the development of the partnership?
Historically, the Saigon Institute of Technology was founded by a Vietnamese American who lived here in Houston. At the time he came to HCC in 1999, he has this vision that Vietnam is opening up and he wanted to do something for his country. So he thought about it, and his vision was really great because he said, well, at that time there was a baby boom. You have a lot of numbers of young Vietnamese nationals in the 20s age, and he wanted to give them the middle ground of being trained. And he came to HCC. We gave him a big booklet to say, well, in order to establish a college, here's what you need to do. He went away for 2 years. He came back and he founded the land. He was given the license by the Vietnamese government, and he said, I have the school. Now, where do we start? So in 2001 was the year that the first contract was signed between HCC and the students. With the Saigon Tech Institute. And in 2005, we have our first graduating class with about 76 students in the 2-year degree of computer science and business. And fast forward to 2014, we had a total of 1,500 degrees plus that were conferred to the Vietnamese students.
So what will be the major benefits for Vietnamese students to attend the school in Vietnam?
What's beneficial for them are many different folds. We do now have many Saigon Tech students who really want to go to the United States to learn, but to be in a setting where it's affordable first, and for them to learn what it's like to be an American institution in Vietnam, and for them to get used to the curriculum and the requirement. And it is an English-speaking institute, so therefore their English they were able to build up the English component that they would need when coming to the U.S. to go to a 4-year school. They wouldn't necessarily have to go through the ESL component again. Many of them can go straight into the credit courses.
And finally, could you share with us some plan for further development of the affiliate in Vietnam?
I think right now we talked to Saigon Tech, and they are looking at the job market beyond what they currently have. They really want to open up in the medical fields because that's another area that is much needed. But it is a very, very expensive area that they would have to also make sure that they have the necessary facility to support that. And so that is also in discussion.
Well, Mrs. Gigi Do, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing useful information, particularly for Vietnamese students. Well, that's all for our Sharing Vietnam today. Hopefully, more and more Vietnamese students will have opportunities to enjoy world-class education at Houston Community College and his affiliate in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again next time.